Hello everyone, welcome to a quick video guide on a Bloodied Sneak Crit Commando. Let's get right into it. We'll start off with the perk cards. We have Strong Back, Sturdy Frame, and Bandolier. Some utility under strength that increases our carry weight and reduces carry weight of weapons and ammo. Next up, our main source of damage. We have Master, Expert, and Regular Commando for our base damage. We have Tank Killer for our anti-armor and cripple chance. And then we have Concentrated Fire because we are a crit build, so targeting specific body parts is a must. Next up in Endurance we have Radical and Revenant. Radical for extra carry weight, and this is supposed to be level 2, but Revenant for increased damage for when you get picked up by someone when you are downed. For Charisma we got Strange in Numbers, a must-have for any mutation build in my opinion, but it does help make your mutations a little stronger, benefits all or increases your positive stats from your mutations. Tenderizer increases damage just a little bit for a short period of time, very nice for a short burst of damage. And Intelligence, we have First Aid, which is the main source of survivability for this build. I use First Aid maxed out with Super Stims. Whenever I take damage, my health will jiggle. Or not move. Almost like a tank. But anywho, we got Nerd Rage because we are a Bloodied build. Increases our damage and our damage resistance as well as our AP regen. Must have for any Bloodied build, PA, pistols, Commando, so on and so forth. We got Batteries included for another utility perk card. Reduces our energy weapon ammo weight. As well as Scrapper. Always nice to have, but not necessarily needed. For Agility, we have Through Hiker, another utility for reduced food and drink weight. But the main sneak perks, which is Covert, Operative, Mr. Sandman, and Sneak. Covert Ops will give you a permanent damage buff whenever you are sneaking. So that would be Hidden or Caution. If you are in danger, you lose this increased damage. Mr. Sandman will increase that damage a little bit more when it's nighttime, but only when it's nighttime. Once it's day, afternoon, whatever, you'll be doing your 2.5 damage. Now, if you really want to mid-max it to have a little bit more survivability or more utility, you don't need level 3 Gunfu. I do it because it says VAT swaps targets on kill with plus 10, 20, and then 30 damage to your next 3 targets, which is really nice if you can time it when you're bossing for any boss that has ads. But either way, it's increased damage. You can use Escape Artist and level 2 Gunfu if you want to have that extra sneak chance just in case you get found and you are in danger. It's definitely a solid alternative. Up next, we got Better Criticals because we are a crit build. This will increase our crit damage. Serendipity, another must-have for a lot of non-PA builds because Serendipity does not work with PA. 4-Leaf Clover and Critical Savvy. Now this one is more preference. For me, Critical Savvy and level 1 4-Leaf Clover is the perfect combination because whenever you crit, your crit bar will only go down to half. With Critical or 4-Leaf Clover, you have a chance to fill that crit bar, but if you're doing it at 50%, your crit bar is just going to be jumping back and forth if you're holding down your crit. So, preference, this is what fits, works for me. But anywho, Class Freak and Starch Genes, must-haves for any mutation builds. Class Freak will reduce the negative effects, which is very nice. And Starch Genes if you want to keep your mutations. Without Starch Genes, whether it's level 1 or 2, or level 1 or none, anytime you take a rat away, you have a chance or you will lose your mutations at random. So if you want to keep your marsupial, your eagle eyes, herbivores, so on and so forth, make this level 2. and try and get it as early as possible because it'll benefit you in the long run. Now, up next, we got our legendary perk cards. I have maxed out Master Infiltrator because I do run a lot of silos the long way. So this helps me get through them a lot faster. It auto locks or auto unlocks and auto hacks any level 3 terminal or lockpick. So level 1, 2, and 3. Just open it and you're good to go. Now, if I remember correctly, Take One for the Team is a damage buff that stacks with everyone else on your team who has this perk card. Whether you have it or not, let's say you don't, but one of your teammates does, whenever they take damage, you'll see a large or a huge jump into your damage that you're dealing. Now, if all 4 players have it, there's a good chance, or not a good chance, you'll see a massive jump in your damage. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't want to spread any misinformation, but from what I've seen, that's what it does. And I wish I had the video, but for example, was using a minigun. Bloodied, faster fire rate minigun. It was hitting for 15. Everyone on my team had maxed out Take One for the Team. We all got hit by the Queen's burst. And I was doing roughly 250 damage per shot. It's a massive jump. But yeah. Anywho, follow through. Since we are a ranged sneak build, follow through is a must-have if you want to have an increased damage boost for 10 seconds. It's great to have for any sneak build, shotguns, Commando, so on and so forth. You get it. Up next, we have our 3 perk legendary cards. We have Strength, Intelligence, and Agility. These 3 cards maxed out allow me to use more perk cards than I already have. Agility for a little bit more AP, if I remember correctly. Maxed out Agility, or Agility gives you more AP, or reduces your AP consumption. Intelligence, I just wanted to have a little bit more XP, as well as being able to use the 3 main perk cards, batteries included, First Aid, and Nerd Rage. Strength, I wanted to move a lot of my strength points throughout the rest of the build and use the 5 points from strength to get a little bit more utility. It's not needed, but it's what I use. Now, one perk card that you can get rid of if you would like is Master Infiltrator. If you don't run silos or you don't care for the auto hack and auto unlock, you can remove this and replace it to get more perk cards into your build, or have a little bit more fun with far-flung fireworks, because whenever you have a chance, or whenever you kill an enemy, it has a chance to explode. It's fun. It's great. But that is it for the perk card section of the build. A very simple, very basic build, honestly, but some people do prefer a little bit more survivability, defenses and such, over just pure raw damage. You can fit that into the build. I just choose not to. Up next, we're going to go over the mutations real quick. We got Adrenal Reaction, Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Egghead, Herbivore, Marsupial, and Speed Demon. Twisted Muscle is not supposed to be there. I was doing Atom challenges. It required melee. It helped. But don't mind Twisted Muscles. These are the mutations that I use because it increases my intelligence, my crit, my damage, and I have the extra carry weight and jump height with Marsupial. Speed Demon is... I want to say it's a very solid mutation to have. Some people don't prefer it because of the hunger and thirst. But I recommend it. Faster reload at movement speed is very nice. I chose Herbivore because the EXP buffs and the crit buffs that you can cook are a lot easier to farm than Carnivore. At least that's just for me. You can do Carnivore if you would like. There are crit foods that you can do. But speaking of foods, let's head on over to the buffs. Now, I don't have any Blight Soup crafted, but it is a very simple recipe. I believe it's just blight, wood, and water. Let me go all the way up to this little blight that I have. A little dumpling looking thing. So, blight increases your crit damage with herbivore and gives it a little bit more benefits, a little bit more damage. Very solid to use, and it does stack with overdrive. So if you want to stack that crit, definitely use both. It's what I do. For chems, we have overdrive and psychotats. Quick tip for anyone who does use chems: if you didn't know, using overdrive first and then psychotats allows you to stack both of these chems. If you don't, it will override each other. So for example, let's go psychotats first. I'll show you, it's right there. Pop an overdrive. It gets rid of it. So it has the 15 damage, or 15 damage and the 15 crit damage, right? Now since overdrive is on first, we throw on psychotats, and now we get the 25 damage instead of the 15. A little bit more damage, but you also get to use both of the chems. Those are the two that I use, as well as occasionally Blight Soup. You can use Ballistic Bach to push your ballistic damage even further. You can use Bobbleheads magazines to increase your ballistic damage or your crit damage. But the key thing to make this weapon, or to make this build work for bossing, is this lovely thing right here. Sunshine Oil. Sunshine Oil is, in my opinion, one of the best AP regen drinks in the game. Main reason is because it doesn't spoil, so you can mass craft a bunch of these and you can keep them. But not only that, it increases your AP by 400. It regens your AP by 400 per second, I believe. And it stacks. So if you pop 5 or 6, your AP is going to jiggle. Let me see if I have canned coffee here as well. I do. Canned coffee is another good alternative if you don't want to farm or craft sunshine oil. These aren't too bad to farm. Just use can do and go to any trash can or any, I guess, food container, and you have a chance of can do to proc, and you might have a chance of getting canned coffee from it. So it's not too bad to farm. Very solid, and it does stack as well. But let me show you guys what I mean by survivability as well as the AP stuff. So we're here at White Springs. We're just gonna go ahead and make some noise. I have a habit of spamming my stim packs, even though, as you can see, there's nothing. I'm not taking any damage at the moment. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. And then just to show, real quick. That's for survivability. Now next, for the AP. With Gun Fu, super duper nice. Hold on, let me pop another one of those just to be safe. Come on down to, and let me pop another one just to be safe. Pop a couple of these. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, that's embarrassing. Very little survivability. It works, I promise. I just wasn't paying attention to my health. You know what? We're just gonna pop in here. Just gonna go right over here. And we're just gonna pop some of these. You see my AP bar just jiggling? It's really nice. Now, it's not a long duration, long duration, but it works. It's super duper nice fighting against Earl. You just pop a bunch, sit in the back, and you just spam your crits. And that's basically it. It's great, right? I hope you guys enjoyed it, but other than that, that's really all this build is. The weapons that I'm using, I can't remember if I covered it, but we're using a quad VATS crit fill handmade. You can use a fixer to increase your damage a little bit more because they are slightly stronger. That's my main weapon. For silos, I do have this troubleshooter's explosive reduced weight handmade. Very nice. Destroys mainframe cores as well as does some decent damage to robots. But that's basically it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and sorry if I rambled on, but I will leave a link in the description of the build so you guys can look at. It'll be from Nuke Dragons. We'll have the perk cards, we'll have the legendary perk cards, ideal armor that I would look for, but it's all preference. And I think I could do the weapon as well. But if you guys have any questions, concerns, comments on what you can do about this build, either to make it stronger or whatever, please be sure to leave a comment. I will be more than happy to answer any questions. And if there's any corrections about the information that I have posted in this video, please let me know as well so I can address it. And if it's something super duper severe, I will remake the video. But guys, thank you so much. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day. Please consider like and subscribe and all that other good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.